Hey everyone, this is Uthris, and welcome back to Let's Build Lothloria, episode 43. Last episode we were working on a quarry over here by the lumber mill. Between episodes I went ahead and changed some things around a little bit based on some suggestions. So I didn't like the simple peaked roof, and I decided to give it kind of a two-step up. It looks a little wonky, but you know, it can be considered an unorthodox kind of building. The roof up here near the crane, I'm still not 100% sure if I like it or not, but it definitely needs some type of covering, I think. That way there's just another layer and it's not just a flat wooden platform. I didn't like that very much, so I changed that. At the chute, I'm going to be working on a kind of level area where you could leave a cart, and when you roll the rocks down it will just fall into it naturally, and you will get pretty efficient loading, I think. Hopefully the fall isn't too long and it doesn't build up so much speed that it just breaks whatever it hits, but we'll see about that. I actually just saw a wonderful suggestion that kind of, I think, will help flesh out this area just a little bit more. And having this kind of by itself is a little weird in my opinion. So this episode, I was going to start working on some type of mountain manor home, but I'm going to put that on hold and build a stonemason. I mean, we have a wood carpenter, and we don't have anything for stone specifically. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to do that. And so it's just going to be right here next to the quarry. And then I'll have to build some type of road that will come by through here and reconnect to the main road so that we can shift large carved stone pieces towards the actual castle for use. And they can also ship just stone itself to the workshop and have that ready for catapults. And you know, it's pretty nice to have resource gathering outside of the keep and city area, because it's just not possible to fit everything, first off, and then also, yeah, everything would be considerably more safe, but it's highly unlikely that would ever happen, just due to resources that you would have to try and find. They might not be in your city limits, so you're gonna have to go out and build kind of in riskier areas that could get raided, but you're gonna try and protect them as much as you can. You know, this fort will play kind of an important role on it. Even though it is old and broken, it is still a defensive structure for this area. I tried also using another tip to build a collapsed section here. It didn't really work at all. I would try and copy and paste tops of towers and try and angle them and set them down, but the way their collision is, it creates a box rather than just a collision based off the mesh. So I couldn't place it like low enough to drop it safely. Every time I would drop it, it would just break apart and half the building would fall over. So I had to kind of abandon that, sadly. It definitely would have been a really cool feature to have some completely broken down walls kind of spewed about the courtyard. So let's see, over here we're going to build a workshop of some kind, and so I'm thinking it's going to have kind of a large, or fairly decently large, uncovered area. Similar to the siege workshop, I'm going to use windmill blades and kind of give it a nice little kind of square frame that would have shade, but then attached to it there'll be also an indoor kind of extension, I think. So I'm thinking a structure something like this shape. I think that'll be pretty cool. So let's see. So I'm thinking for the large courtyard, we'll just give it a bunch of windows. I think that'll look, you know, fairly nice. And we need some type of way to get large pieces of stone in and out. And I was going to put the ramp this way, but that might start cluttering up the area a little too much. So I'm going to put a ramp over here. And it's just a 2x1. You know, that way it has the best slope we could possibly give it for a safe transition. Need some kind. I'll leave that open. There won't be an awning over this area. It'll only be on everything else. And so that is kind of the carving area for stones. You can also use it to store some things. They might not use the whole space at once. I'm thinking about using about a quarter of it for a lot of knickknacks and things like that, and the rest maybe some uncarved stone blocks. No, there's not really a raw stone that I can use to represent. Oh well. Then over here we're going to have the actual kind of normal workshop area, very similar to the carpenters. Need to make sure I'm organizing things correctly here. I'm going to put the door on the side because I think that'll be a little bit more interesting. Might have a back main storage room and then workshop area. Let's make sure these wooden things aren't gonna line up weird. So that'll be like a little storage room. And then that'll be our window placement for the building. And there we go. Trying to think of what kind of roof I want with it. I don't think I want just a straight roof. It's definitely going to have that element on the main section. But down here, I'm going to just give it a an interesting shape. Like that. And that, so again, it's a place of business, so we'll be using wooden roof. I don't know if there's any other type of roofing style I can do. It is a rather limited tile set still, and I expect that to grow through via mods or something. I mean, it's at least a little different. It has these wings on it. go ahead and grab a wooden support here for a little porch of some kind. And then I like using the angular wooden support for the staircase area. Sorry, these aren't on my toolbar. I wasn't really expecting to do that part so soon. So there you go. A nice little porch. And then we'll just do... How do I do it over here? How do I do the windmill blades on the workshop? I'm gonna have to go take a look while flying over all of our wonderful land. Oh, if anyone hasn't noticed, I changed the cone to be a little bit less dramatic. I could have said that already. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've talked about anything in this area at all. Okay, so it peaks upwards. That's different than I remember. Definitely looks the best. So we'll do that. And it goes up twice. Good thing to know. Zip back on over here and overshoot. Feels like I'm playing Elite Dangerous now. Let's see here. One, two, three. I think that is how wide these things are. Nope, need a fourth. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Actually, since the front kind of not going to have one, so I can actually just base it off of this side. At least it'll make everything line up fairly well. Maybe it has to be even more, because I had to fit 2 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. Still not quite right. Yep, okay. That's it. And if you can hear my cat, he's hungry. But I'm gonna be feeding him after I get this done, so he'll leave me alone. So yeah, that's what we're going for this area. Kind of would be nice if it was even more open. Maybe I get rid of this and do something like this. I like it. Definitely a little bit more variety. So, that's okay. think more open, the better this kind of thing will look. And it'll definitely not look like the Siege Workshop too much. And we will do these exactly the same. Let's see, I think that and there, so something like that for the corners, just to seal it all off, make it look correct in some way. These are the type of things that you just kind of have to wing and hope it works out. And then we need to go up one more, and then make 2 gaps there, bring that over, and there we go. So that's the corners. It's all nice. And plus, the nice thing about having these opening sides, any scraps or anything can easily be brushed off this area, and people can continue sculpting whatever it is they are working on. Just for logic's sense, I need to add these there, so it actually looks like it's supporting itself. Okay. Definitely bigger than I thought it would be. How do I want to treat this? Maybe do something like that. That way, you know, it matches what's on the other side. Just there's an actual store there, so it might look a little bit nicer. And maybe no, I was thinking about adding some peaks throughout there, but thought against it. Let's see. Trying to think of something to do to make that very representational of kind of a stone masonry. So I guess we can just add some stones here. If I spam click, it'll generally make a fairly believable pile of materials. If I just kind of click in the same spot, they just kind of naturally kind of bundle up. There's some raw stone. We can add some tables for details, of course chests, and we'll go with some barrels, some catch blocks. We'll copy and paste the inside of these. That way there's some metal working kind of tools shown. So we can actually fit a nice L shape here. Yeah, okay. So the chest, I think we'll use as a shorter kind of extension of the tables. That way it fits. And we'll put a large chest over here, why not? In this corner, and that'll be it for that corner. Throw one barrel, just to have some asymmetry. I need to stand inside the hitbox, that way you guys aren't blinded by that stupid light. I wish I could turn that down. That'd be nice. There's that, and why not put a barrel there? We need one of these to copy and paste parts from. My cat is really meowing at me. Slightly annoying. I'm gonna put a vertical barrel there. And one there. Sure, it cuts into the area, but that's okay. What else? What else? We need to copy and paste one of these. Place it down here so we can just copy it in general. So now it looks like we have kind of chisels, you could say, lying about. And we also need some loops. This would be for hanging up your tools, any chisels, or large stone carving materials. And get rid of this for real. Okay, so that's our masonry. And I think that'll actually take up the whole episode. So thanks again for watching. If you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas on what to build next. I still read every comment. I haven't really had time to reply to them all. In fact, I'm probably going to do that here in a second. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.